So what happened to the times where we could just be around people in a crowd, everyone is behaving, no one has attitude, everyone is just smiling, and we're just being human. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I turn on a few channels every once in a while, check the movies, and I'm always seeing these outbreaks of fights and people saying things they shouldn't say. It's like we don't have any common sense anymore. It's kind of weird. I remember when I was younger, everywhere we went, we were around people. It was like people were together at all times. Like we never had a lot of arguments, but they were like minor arguments and we behaved well. These days, you can't look at the person a certain way before they be like, what? What? And then they whip out their phone. It cracks me up. I remember the days we used to all go skating, the skating ring, and be there all night long. Used to be a ton of people at the parks, playing at the parks. It was the best thing for me. I learned how to play tennis. Of course, there were people playing basketball, and they kept saying, run it back, run it back. I did not like to run it back because that was like a thing. Run it back, run it back. There were people everywhere. You hear the church bells ring, and when you heard the church bell rings, you knew it was time to go home. Like out here, it's getting kind of dark right now. But I remember those days around 6 o'clock, you would hear the ding, 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 ding. And then you would wait. Ding, you would count one. Ding, you would count two. Ding, you would count three. You're like, please let it be 5 o'clock. Ding, that's four. You're like, please, please, please. Ding, and that fifth one here, you're like, no more, no more. Ding, oh, I gotta go. And you just leave because you know you had to get home. And we walked everywhere. We walked everywhere. You couldn't get us to stop walking. We didn't have cars that we could just get in like most teenagers do. We walked everywhere. Things are just different now. Everything is just different. Like, what happened to those good old days where people got along? Where you can go to people's houses for hours at a time. You're welcome, and your mama didn't have to worry about you, or your grandma didn't have to worry about you. They knew where you were. And your neighbors took care of you. Whew. Things have changed. I don't know. I know people change, things change, but sometimes simple is always the best. Like, I felt guilty one time because my wife wanted to invite some friends over to play some games. And I didn't want to play board games because I played board games all my life. And she was like, just get in here and try it once. And then my other guy's like, all right, let's go. And before you know it, we're like, hey, man, you're going to have another game night? You know what the problem is? It's the addictions of the phones, the social media. I think that's what it is because we're supposed to be connected with this. But the truth is, social media is separating us. Like, think about it. When was the last time you've been with a group of people? Was it a lot of group of people? Did you know at least 6 of those people at a time? Or were you just there to do whatever and get gone? Or have you ever did a dinner party? When's the last time you done a dinner party? Or been with friends? And it's just crazy how we're just so busy. Everybody's so busy. But here's the question. Are we really busy? Are we really busy? Are we busy on our phones doing nothing? Because, we've got the swipe to the doom down. I don't know. Life is different now. I remember in the summertime, walking to the pools with my friends, walking down the track, that long track to Creekmore Park, just to swim. then walk back home. We behaved. And if we were doing something bad, we were just throwing rocks, chunking rocks on us, hitting a stop sign or something, trying to challenge how many times can you hit the stop sign. And there were some neighbors that didn't like that, but they thought, you know what? These kids are doing something. They're not really out being bad. We were respectful when we were younger. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's kind of hard to get that out of these kids these days. And when I do hear it, I'm like, what? What did you just say? What would you just call me? Things have changed. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just getting older now and I'm just missing out on things. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know. Have things changed that much? Are we raising kids different? Are we not as parents, or are we people as people? Are we just glued to our phones that we just don't want to connect with people? Has social media separated us? That's what I want to know. Has social media separated us? That's what I need to know in the comments. I think so. I could be wrong, but you know what? Here's the good part of this. If you realize that you're losing touch with your fellow friends or family, it's time to reach out and touch and get with them. Because they're all you got. You know what I mean? They're all you got. That's deep. Let me know. We'll talk to you soon. I love all of y'all. Don't forget that.